Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices. We'll look at the SP and the NASDAQ, and starting with the SP on the monthly chart here. Always good to have a look at the bigger picture on a Monday. So the year 2000, the tech bubble, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave for wave 4, and we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, primary degree, and 3 and 4, and we're looking for 5 waves to the upside here. We think that this move here is an expanded flat, so an expanded flat with the top of wave 3 here, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave down here, and then wave 5 to the upside. It's possible that wave 5 can also be in here on this particular space here, but we won't know that until let's just go to the weekly chart so we can just talk about that a little bit further. So this is how we see it at this stage here, wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C here. This C wave here will have 5 waves in it, so if I can just remove that for a moment here. So we don't have 5 waves here yet, but we're looking for 5 waves here, and then wave 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and then we move up into this space here. So if this was here, this particular wave 5 here, if I can just copy that for a moment, and well, I should really copy this larger one here. If that wave 5 is this here is 5 waves and that's in place here, then what will happen is that we'll still continue to get the 5 waves here, but when we come back up into this side here, we'll come back up after 5 waves here, we'll come back up as an ABC pattern here to the 50-60% retracement level, and then we'll move down here again. So we won't know that until we get there. Okay, so in the meantime our focus is to see if we get the first 5 waves here, which looks likely, and then if we get 5 waves here, then we're going to get an ABC correction, and then we'll get this 5 down here. So that's where our focus is for the time being, but it's just good to be aware of this one over here. But working this one out over here would be a guessing game, and it wouldn't be of any real value getting lost in that guessing game. So we need to stay with the facts, but in that we need to look at both of these counts here, but our main focus is this first 5 wave structure to the downside here. So on the daily chart here, this is what we would be considering here. So just going over this again, wave 3 here, an A and a B wave up here, and 5 waves down through to this point here. The distance it takes the top out here as an expanded flat will be pretty much the distance it will take the low out, this last low out here. So it's a bit of a bull trap here and a bear trap here. Like I said, we just need to be over this side here, we need to be mindful of a correction here, and then further downside here. So we'll keep both of these counts in mind, and as long as we're aware of them, we can start focusing in on this over here. But our first job here is that if we get 5 waves here, which looks likely, then if we get 5 here, then we know that after an ABC correction coming back 50 or 60% or even 40%, but we'll count this here because it being a wave 2, it will be 5 waves, 3 waves and 5 waves. So then we can really pay attention to it, you know, on this side over here. And this wave 3 here should be longer and stronger than this wave 1 here. So that's pretty exciting at that particular point in time, getting this right here. But our first job is this first 5 waves here. On the S&P, it looks quite nice. On the NASDAQ, it's a little bit different. It's the same, but it's not quite as good looking. But yeah, so we're looking at 5 waves down here, and as wave 1 and wave 2. And when we look at this move down on some of the NASDAQ stocks like Amazon and Alphabet and so on, they've got the same pattern to the downside. Well, Alphabet's a little bit out of sync, but we can certainly look at Amazon having the same sort of process here, and there'll be a lot of other stocks as well. So as I've probably mentioned before, it's going to be a bit tricky in all of this space here. Certainly we can look to trade wave 5 down. In the equity market, in terms of trading stock, I'll be pretty much waiting for this position over here. So I won't be doing much in this space here for for the Australian market equities shorting, and also for the US markets on that equity side. So as long as you know that, there'll be a couple there. Not every market moves the same, and of course some stocks will be moving higher, like gold. So there's different stocks doing different things. So right, so nice strong third wave here. So we're looking for wave 2 was reasonably simple. So wave 4 is going to be a little bit more complex. And then the length of wave 5 here should be roughly the same length as wave 1 here. So of course the 2700 here is going to give us a little bit of support there. On the 1 hour chart here, let me just bring this across here a little bit. Bring it up here a little bit. So in this case here, we're looking for wave A and then a nice wave B here. Don't need these anymore. So we're looking at wave C moving up through here. That will be in 5 waves. The 38.2% retracement level from the top of wave 2 here roughly. Down well onto this, we'll put it onto the spike here, onto this spike, but it could be this low here, no doubt. But the 38.2% retracement level is already in here. So this wave, this move up here in wave C here will be in 5 waves. Perhaps I can just go to the tick chart here and look at that, those 5 waves moving up here. Just let me get in. So basically the A wave here, the B wave over here, and then the C wave up here. So, oopsie daisy, we don't need that. And I can't draw over this side of the structure, but what we can see here is we can see wave 1 and an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. So this is wave 1 and wave 2 here. And can I see this? Oh no, I can see this is wave 1, an A and a B and a C, and expanded flat in wave 2. Not very common, but there you go. So anyway, we need a wave. I need to think about that a bit more. But we need a wave 4 here, and then we need a wave 5 up here. So we're not far off this coming up here. We may not reach the 2800 here. We may do, we may not. Just remember that there's group 2 in here. So group 2 is 80, then 72. And 65. So we're in group 2. So this is probably where wave 4 will play out here. I can see that's 1. It's just a bit small for wave 3 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it might be third wave. Yeah, I just don't know. There might be 2 more new highs here. But look, if this market finds its way up into this space here, which it should, and then comes back down and then finds a 72 here as the resistance, then you can short it from that point and look to add under the 65 as that becomes the resistance. Expect a bounce off the 50 back to the 60 and then start to move down from that point. Then we'll be expecting to make a new low into the 2700. It may also come down to the 2650 area here, so we'll count that on the way down as such, but that's that. And the NASDAQ is the same as well, so just on the 4-hour chart here. So a nice long wave 1, wave 2 here, and then wave 3 here. So wave 4 is climbing a little bit high, it's okay, but it's going to make wave 5 quite short. Wave 5 here would need to be shorter than wave 3 here, because wave 1 seems to be carrying a fair bit of length here. So expect a shorter wave 5 here, and then the bounce for the ABC over here. This move up through here, if I can just get to that on the hourly chart here, it's the A wave here, the B wave here, and then the C wave up here. With the C wave, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're going up for 5 here. In this wave 5 going up here, we're same as the well, same but different as the S&P, but we've got in this fifth wave here, we've already got wave 1 and 2 in there, and there'll be 3 in there, and there'll be 4 and 5. So if we go to the tick chart here, we should be able to pick that up here, the same pattern. So wave 1, ABC for wave 2 here, and I haven't pulled this apart through here, but I would imagine that the 7,200 here, 72, will be the turning point for this market. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.